Hey everyone, it's Jason. Welcome to another Funko Pop Funkoverse unboxing video. This is for Harry Potter set number 2. A great expansion for the base set. So the base set had Harry, Hermione, Voldemort, and Bellatrix. So this one adds Ron and Draco. So you kind of get, finish off the trio with Ron, and you get Draco as a, minor ally, or I'd say minor rival, I guess, because he's not as mean as Voldemort, but he's still kind of can harass the other kids a bit. But yeah, so we got that. So we're gonna jump in. You can go through the rule book, check out my how to play, actually walk through that. We're just gonna look at what is actually in the set. So we're gonna start off and there's our two characters. They have their black and white bases, of course. Just so you can separate them by teams. And it helps them stand, because some of these guys don't stand very well. We're going to look at our generic stuff. So we have our... I think I have too many. We have 4 exhausted tokens. 1 for each of them. Then 1 for each of our generic characters. We have the Gryffindor student and the Slytherin student. I would kind of hope at some point they release a few more characters so we can get the Hufflepuff and oh geez, what's the 4th group? My mind just blanked. I don't know that much about Harry Potter. The 4th group, which my mind just is not thinking of right now. It'll probably come to me in the middle of this video. But yeah, kind of neat. I know they're generic, they're not really the actual characters, but it'd be kind of neat to have 1 for each, just for the sake of completion. We're going to get our 6 dice, of course. We're going to slide everything back a bit. With our challenge sides, our defense sides, so the shields, and our crit sides. First player token, black and white side. You're going to get your 2 flags / leader tokens for that mode. Your control tokens, your point tokens, which are points on one side, letters on the other. You get 4 of them. You are also going to get 11 more point crystals, which match the rest of the Harry Potter. They're these light blue. And then the last thing, we're just going to slide everything out of the way, is you're going to get your skill tokens. So we're going to get 1 gray, which is kind of like smarts. We have 2 movement or agility, and 1 leadership. Alright, so let's slide these dudes out of the way. Let's look at our map. Oop, I forgot. We also have our 2 cooldown trackers, of course. And then our map. So, since it's a small box, it's going to get the smaller board, which still folds out to the same size. It just starts out a little bit smaller. So, with the small boards, you also get a little bit narrower map in there, which is also a fun reason to pick up the small sets, with kind of like a starting area. So, it's a good place to learn. This particular map is the Potions Classroom. Yeah, some neat stuff. So you have a big open hallway here, and then you have a little tiny hallway back there. Some rooms that are kind of segmented off. I like this not symmetrical, because the first couple of maps, they all started off 100% symmetrical. I mean, it's symmetrical this direction, left to right, but not this way, which I think makes it more fun. Before we look at the details, we're going to look at our scenarios. So we're going to have lots of these are going to be the same you're going to see. We have flags. You just capture the flag, get from one side to the other, get some points. And we have territories. So you start on this side and you try and control the middle room, and gain more points. So if we jump over and try and look at this as best as we can, these tiny boards are harder to view this way. So I'm just going to kind of scroll through this. I don't know enough about Harry Potter, if any of these particular things are of very interest, but there's a bunch of different potions. I'm sure each one of them pots is just a different type of potion. might even know what they are. Flip her over to look at the other side quick. Alright, then we got a big green pot there. We have like a teacher's table. There's an orange potion brewing. And then like a little lounge, I guess. Probably some interesting specific details in there that I didn't notice. But neat. Then we have a full map, which is the Forbidden Forest. And the only thing I know about this is there's a car in there. That's one of the cars that Ron and Harry drive, I believe. I don't know that much about this series. So our scenarios in here are leaders. So start in the corners, leaders start there. Get more points for knocking out more higher ranked characters. And then we have control. To start in the opposite corners. But you want to try and control these areas in the middle. So again, the modes are all fairly similar to each other, especially if you have other sets. This map is very foresty. A lot of little trees and stuff you have to get around. Definitely makes it harder to like move around or target characters. So if you have characters that have melee, it's going to be hopefully they have good moves so they can get near characters quicker because they have to go around trees. But it also hinders ranged characters because they're going to have to even step behind a tree or something really quick. Or down here you can hide behind these rocks or up on the top there. Yeah, so it's kind of cool. So let's jump in and try and look at some of the details on here. I'm going to fold this one in half. So we got a spider cave of some sort. It's like purple river. Don't know what that is. So it's the back half of the car. Flip her over. I guess it's the front half of the car because the light should be the back half. There's some more of that river. There's some unicorn bones. I do like how that even though it's a set of bones, they tried to give it like a Funko type smiley face. There's like a dog bowl, some bones, some ropes. There's something clearly escaped. There's a bicycle. I believe this is also where, if I remember right, and I'm very possibly wrong, this is where Haggard had a pet locked up that nobody was supposed to know about. Alright, so we're going to jump in and look at the characters and the abilities and all that fun stuff. So we're going to have our two generic ones, Gryffindor and Slytherin. And nope, I still don't remember it. Hufflepuff, and there's the fourth one. Shows apparently how much I really think of that one. Alright, we're going to look at our Draco Malfoy first. So Draco has Nemesis. Draco and the Serpent Minion token roll one extra die when challenging rivals that are knocked down. So Serpent Minion token is going to go with his first ability called Serpent Sortia. Place a Serpent Minion token on a square Draco can see within 2 squares. When Draco becomes exhausted, the Serpent may do a challenge 2 or move 3. So basically use Draco, then his Serpent can attack. He's got a little black and white side so you can keep track of like which side is regular and which side is exhausted. He's got 2 defense, but no other generic special abilities. Just kind of neat. He's like the first character that gets a minion. Later on, they started putting some of those characters on. They gave them bigger tokens and they gave them companion cards, but those you could give to anybody. Where this is like his personal summon. He has Everta Sakium, range 3, challenge 2. If you win, you may move the target 2 squares. And Homium Revelio, choose an ally. Draco can see within 3 squares. Place Draco adjacent to that ally. So he's got a ranged attack. He's got the ability to place a serpent down. Plus, you can move him right next to a guy. Also, then he's also mean because he kicks you while you're down, but he only has 1 defense. So that's kind of interesting. So we're gonna show off the item that we got in this set. So we're gonna give it to Draco, and I didn't actually show him off. He's got his standard brown wand. And he's got his green on there for slithering, like a green hoodie. But we gave him a broom, which makes sense. All the characters have various brooms. So he's got the Clean Sweep 11. So it lets him move it to the spot 3 in his cooldown track. Move forward. This action may move this character through rivals. So yeah, a lot of movement for that, which is kind of neat. I don't know if he has this or another character has this broom. I just figured Ron's usually poor, so he probably doesn't have something this fancy, but I could very well be wrong. But again, any character can use this. You could give this, I think the idea is you give this to Ron, maybe because Draco has a snake ally. Alright, so let's look at Ron. Speaking of him, Ron is a red-headed glory. I wish they maybe added some freckles on there. But yeah, he's got not Slytherin, Gryffindor outfit, and then his generic wand. Nothing too spectacular about them. His abilities are Team Player. If Ron is standing, an ally that shifts off the cooldown track may be placed adjacent to him. Renovate. Up to 2 allies may do a basic action, limited once per turn. Stupefy, range 3, challenge 3, target must be standing. And Reducto. Choose a token Ron can see within 3 spaces on the square. Remove it from the map. That is definitely interesting, because I wonder how that works for... like, I get that you can remove the snake token, but I'm wondering, I'm assuming that means you can't just remove, like, regular point tokens. I was gonna see if they had anything in here. Minion token. Doesn't have... I think if they had like an FAQ in the book, because sometimes they do it, they'll specify like certain abilities. No, the closest it says in here is it talks about tokens. A rule might place a round token on the map if all your tokens in play. If all your tokens are in play, you cannot place a token on the map unless otherwise stated. So tokens are considered round tokens versus the square ones, which aren't considered tokens, they're markers. So there's the difference. Square ones are markers, circle ones are tokens. So it's kind of a neat ability. I mean, Ron's kind of neat, but he really, like, if you just bought this set, and you didn't buy, like, the other Harry Potter set, like, or you didn't have anything else, I don't think this set would be as fun, because, yeah, he can use that to remove the snake, but that's all he can do it for. Other than that, if he doesn't have his snake out, or if he's not near enough, then that ability is completely useless. And then the top one, the same thing, up to 2 allies. That's kind of neat as well, but this set you'd only have 1 extra ally with the generic character, so it wouldn't be as beneficial. And if he's standing, an ally shifts off the cool, can go next to him, so again, more allies would make him more powerful. So this really seemed like, for that fact, it seems like it would really be good to be, as an add-on to the base game. Which I'm assuming if you're buying this, you're probably going to buy the base game at least, because that way you have Harry and, like, Hermione and Voldemort. So you have, like, other main characters, unless for some reason you're just a giant fan of Draco and Ron. Alright, so that's what we got for this Funkoverse. This is Harry Potter, set number 2. I like the little Voldemort, possibly, or someone's hiding in the back. Alright, check out the other videos. See you guys later. Bye.